and gentlemen, boys, girls, birds, frogs, rocks, sticks, fruit, vegetables, hello. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about the basics of parkour, the brilliant sport of moving from point A to point B as fast as you friggin' can. So, in this case, if you're in New York and a zombie apocalypse happens, you're gonna be set. Alright, so, here's how we're gonna get started. The first rule of parkour. You know the difference between parkour and free running, because if you don't, you're gonna be hated on and look like an idiot, okay? Okay. Free running is when you do the flips, back flips, side flips, triple quadruple flips, gainers, anything, any flip that you like, you name it, and you integrate it into your parkour, or parkours. That's some other thing that I'll talk about later, but you integrate it into your parkour. It is now officially not parkour, it is free running, because free running is kind of that show-offy, I wouldn't say show-offy, but it's a really good skill to have, but it's kind of more of that thing where you're not really trying to get to point A to point B as fast as you can, you're just trying to add some flips into it and look good and have that flair, and it's nice and it looks awesome. And that's kind of what people mistake for actual parkour. Parkour was invented by David Bell not too long ago, but yeah, it was invented by him, and it slowly became popular over time in France. And then it moved from France to other places, and then boom, it landed here. And here being Vancouver Island, and anywhere else in the world that you can think of. So, yeah, he invented it, and moved around, and before you knew it, parkour was an ever-growing sport. And it's just everywhere now, or it's not as popular as most sports, but it's definitely out there. And there are a bunch of companies that have devoted themselves to it. It's really cool. Parkour is getting from point A to point B as fast as possible without having all those flips in there that are going to delay you. It's kind of like you want to have as much flow to it as you can. Like, if you're going to go over a wall, you don't just go and climb up it slowly. You have to go, kick off, do a cat hang, pull yourself up, and then keep going with as much flow as you can. So yeah, that's the difference between free running and parkour. Now, most of the time, free running is the one that people choose because it looks cool, and to be honest, it is pretty cool because it's hard to land those types of flips. But if you're going for more of the parkour sort of thing, like from rooftop to rooftop and climbing over obstacles, then there's a fine line between those two. Don't be an idiot. Choose one, or choose both, but make sure you know what you're doing. So I'm going to explain a little bit about more what is into parkour, because there are a billion things in parkour. I mean, I couldn't explain, like, I don't know half the stuff that I'm doing. Like, each vault, each flip, each movement I make out there has a name, and I don't know any of them. I mean, I know some of them, but I honestly couldn't tell you that many. Just because I know it as what I see it. I don't really know it by any names or anything like that. Like gainers, front flips, side flips, thief vault, dash vault, Kong vault, monkey vault, anything. Yeah, so in parkour there is no race or schedule or timing or anything like that. It's just find your way and go with it. So there are a few basic rules in parkour. First rule: never ever 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 have fear, because there's a chain. Fear leads to hesitation. Hesitation leads to mistakes, and mistakes lead to injury, and injury leads to a bad time. And that, plus a few weeks in maybe a hospital, hopefully not, and many weeks without parkour. So that's rule number one. You never do anything with fear, because fear is the blocking thing. Let's say if you're running from a 3-story roof and you're gonna jump 10-foot gap, and half the people can jump that pretty easily. I mean, it really depends on how far down the next building is or whatever. You need to have that confidence in your brain that you're gonna make it, because if you don't believe in yourself, you're gonna be like, oh crap, I'm gonna flop, and then you'll most likely flop. So don't have fear. Rule number 2, if you're gonna do flips, spot your flips, and have someone spot it for you if you can. Because when you do a backflip and you land on your face and you do a scorpion and your spine really hurts after, you're not gonna have fun for probably either A, a while, or B, the rest of your life. Hopefully A, because B would suck. Rule number 3, your clothing. Please, please, please do not wear jeans, especially skinny jeans, while you're doing parkour, and wear shirts that are flexible enough, and hoodies that are flexible enough, and whatever you can find. Because if you're not able to do the flexible things that you need in order to get up a wall or anything that you actually need to accomplish, it's gonna suck, because either your clothes are gonna rip, or you're gonna fall, or you're gonna miscalculate because your pants aren't letting your legs go up enough. And that's happened to me quite a few times when I've tried to do parkour in jeans, and it sucks. Here's a few examples of parkour clothing that I actually got from Take Flight. And Take Flight is a really nice brand, but here's a few pants. Now, what you really want to look for in these types of pants is not only that the fabric itself is flexible, but that you will see in the pants that there's actually a lot more room that they've added inside the area where the groin would be, so that way when you're actually moving, you can move up and split your legs, so that way you won't have that tension that's going to cause you to fall or not be able to move your legs as much. And in shirts or hoodies, like so, I like this one, you really want to have that elasticy feel to it. Like whereas another shirt like this isn't very elastic. Whereas this one, very elastic. And this is going to allow you to stretch, move more. It really depends on the fabric. Like some fabric will keep in sweat, some won't. Some will be more aerodynamic, some will be more breathable. It really just depends. I mean, whatever you like. If you like being drenched in sweat running down and having trails of sweat as you go, good for you. That's kind of weird, and I suggest you stop that, but good for you. In this case, this stuff is made out of 100% cotton. There you go, people. The key to life in parkour is 100% cotton. It's stretchy if it's made right, and it's nice and breathable. So, go cotton. Hoodies. Here we go. Hoodies will usually be, I believe, part cotton, part polyester. Now, don't hate on me if I get this wrong. But once again, you're looking for that stretchiness. And make sure it fits you tightly but loosely at the same time. Like around the elastic should be fairly tight around your waist and whatnot, and your wrists. Just because you want it to stay on, not fly off when you're doing a roll. Here we go. 50% cotton, 50% polyester. So the polyester is pretty much just, I don't know, some type of plastic thing? I don't know, I can't chemistry. But yeah, that adds the flexibility, the breathability, and the durability of the clothing. So in this case, it's more cotton, it's probably less durable, but breathable and nice and soft. Whereas if it's got polyester, it's probably more durable. And other things like that, yeah, you just wing it. If you don't want to buy from primo brands, then don't. Just go to Walmart and find yourself a nice pair of sweatpants, because hey, it's parkour. Another thing, if you have them, you would always, if you have weak joints, or whatever you call them, ligaments, bones, anything that you think is going to break and cause you very big amounts of pain, get a brace. This is a Braku brace. So, yeah. It is pretty much just an ankle brace, regular ankle brace that's, I don't know if I can find what it is on here, but oh, it's neoprene, that's what it is. So, braces just put strain off your ligaments and prevent you from potentially breaking things. And It I wouldn't say it helps strengthen you much. It just helps prevent any breakage or whatnot. Like, I broke my ankle and now I try to wear a brace as much as I can, because it hurts a lot after you break something and you need to slowly ease back into it. In which case I didn't, and I regret that a lot. So you just put the brace on, before you know it, you're all set to go jump some stuff. And go. And rule number 5. If you are ever trying to do something that you don't know or haven't tried before by yourself or even with friends, don't do it. If your friends are pressuring you to do a backflip off a building, don't do it. It's simple. Don't plus do plus it. It's the reverse of Nike's logo. You're welcome. The reason you wouldn't want to do any of this is because A, you don't have the training, B, you're being pressured, and C, you're probably not warmed up because you've been pressured by your friends. Bad friends, bad. Yeah, you just don't want to do that because that almost always leads to injury, like always. Like I tried doing a spinning kick, it wasn't even parkour, it was like some sort of karate move, and I broke my foot. Exhibit A. I tried doing a jump with my snowboard only like the first day into snowboarding after like, what, a year of not doing it, and I injured my shoulder, and I'm slowly getting better. It's taken me a year, and I'm still feeling the burn. So don't do anything that you never tried out of the gym. If you're going to learn anything, learn it from a master or your sensei or whatever you call it, because he will teach you properly. He or she. Go to a gym, and not the weightlifting gym, the gymnasium for gymnasts and the flexible peeps. So that's why you never ever do anything you never tried, because it's a dumb idea. So don't be dumb. Put some brains in there, and don't do it. So, as for other news, I actually recently applied for being an affiliate of Take Flight, so wish me luck on that, and I will wish you all luck on your parkour. Yeah, so actually Take Flight's a great website. I actually really like their stuff. I'm pretty sure they're the first parkour clothing company, but yeah, they're awesome. I don't like to sell out brands or anything. I'm not trying to point out Take Flight in specific, just because I like them. I like a lot of brands. It's yeah. Anything that involves parkour, I fall in love with. So, wish me luck on that. Oh, there's one other thing I didn't explain. Parkours with an S. Parkours are things that you set up, so that way you have a certain amount of obstacles that you would want to try and go through with as much flow as you can, and you'd want to repeat these things over and over and over until you get it perfectly. Because this allows you to train so you feel that flow, and when you encounter more obstacles like it, you're going to be able to get through it, like with just ease, like water flowing over rocks. It just happens. I will wish you all in your parkour endeavors. Wish me luck. Wish the community luck. Don't break your faces. Don't do scorpions, because those hurt. And have a happy Halloween, people. Jump some roofs or something. Don't, like, wreck any Halloween lights, because that would be pretty disappointing for the families and kids. Have a good night.